days around.
Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today we will be reacting to Tottenham's first North London derby result of the season. It comes in a 2-2 draw away at the Emirates Stadium as Ange Postecoglou's first real test against a Big Six club, barring Man United. Son got a double for Tottenham, and it was a Romero own goal and a Saka penalty that did the 2 goals for Arsenal, and the game ended in a 2-2 draw between two very, very consistent teams this season. It was a really good game.
Yeah, Spurs still unbeaten this season. I think we would be happy with this result. For some reason, I feel like every season it's a 2-2 draw against Arsenal at the Emirates every single time.
Although last season was what, a 3-1?
And then I think the last season it was 2-2. It was like 19-20.
Yeah.
But I think Spurs will be happy. Ange will be happy with this result. Son with 2 goals. Maddison with 2 assists. Maddison now up to 4 assists this Premier League season, and Son now up to 5 goals this Premier League season, just 3 behind Haaland.
I believe Ange is the first manager since Pochettino to manage a result that was not a loss at the Emirates for Tottenham. Conte, Mourinho, and I don't even think Nuno. Did Nuno play one? Nuno played one, yes, he did, away at Arsenal. So all 3 of those lost their first away game at Arsenal. But Ange Postecoglou has got us playing a new style, and that style really, really worked today because we held them very, very tight. And to be honest, I think for some of the game, especially the second half, we dominated.
Yeah, we really dominated from the beginning of the first half. I would say after Arsenal scored their penalty, up until we pretty much subbed off Maddison and Son.
Yeah.
I think it was a good decision to sub off Maddison because he did pick up a little knock.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to save him. We didn't want to risk anything. But I think Son could have stayed on, but it was okay that we took him off, I think.
Arsenal in this first half, they came out. I mean, we both came out attacking. Both sides came out attacking. The first chance actually fell to Brennan Johnson of the match. His deflective shot fell behind and out for a corner. But it was a really exciting game. Romero's own goal opened the scoring when Saka cut in and it took a shot at the goal, and the ball deflected off of Romero's knee and completely wrong-footed Vicario. But then Son gets Russ right back into it, and Maddison provided a great assist for Son.
Yeah, it was a really good finish from Son.
Yeah.
Just to literally poke it. And then at the beginning of the second half, Romero gives away a penalty on a handball, very unlucky, and Saka scores. And then just like a minute and a half later, Son equalizes yet again.
Yep, and it's another assist for Maddison. Those 2 combined unbelievably today. But enough about the goal scorers and the assisters. We got to talk about the rest of the team because there were some performances today that were just absolutely unbelievable. And I think we have to look at our goalkeeper, Vicario, to see the first one. Because Vicario was unbelievably consistent in goal.
Right at the beginning of the match, I believe in like the first 15 minutes, he had to make an incredible save. Forget who it was. I think it was Gabriel Jesus or Nketiah on that left wing who took a shot. Vicario made an outstanding save. A save that Lloris definitely would not have made to keep us at level terms just 15 minutes into the match. And distribution was yet again, very good today. And he also made some other key saves for us.
Yeah, he was unbelievably calm back there, which was important because a lot of Arsenal's play today was in our penalty box. It was, having 7 or 8 Arsenal players just in the box trying to get the ball into the goal. But Vicario did really well to make sure that the ball did not cross the line ever. He commanded his 6-yard box really well, and that was really important because, we saw Lloris in the last couple of North London derbies, and we know that Lloris recently has not been able to control anything. He had when he was in goal, it felt like there was no command over the penalty box. It was not his. It was basically Arsenal's. Every time a player entered that penalty box, every Spurs fan's blood pressure around the world went up because we knew that Lloris would most likely concede there. He just did not have the confidence. But Vicario is like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, he's filled with confidence, and he really just knows what he's doing. It looks like he knows what he's doing. Like, even if he's under a lot of high press, he always knows what he's doing. He's very good with the ball at his feet and great distribution. And he's also, with high press, he can just get that pass off to Poro, Romero, or Van de Ven, or Udogie in the back line when building out of the back.
Speaking of Van de Ven, oh my God, he
Great
was
performance.
unbelievable today.
He used his pace really, really well today.
Because he had to cover for Porro and Udogie multiple times. And Saka and Nketiah are not slow players. They are absolutely rapid. Like, the pace they have behind them is ridiculous. So, for Van de Ven, who's like 6'3", to deal with them is unbelievable. Romero did not have the best of days. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah,
it was not a bad day at all. Like,
I think
it was not
it
like
was just not his day. He was so unlucky.
Yeah, he's
Handball,
very unlucky.
Very unlucky. Deflection, very unlucky.
But I think Van de Ven really helped instill confidence in the defense, and that was what helped us push forward a lot. I think, honestly, Son and Maddison were incredible, but if there was one player I'd have to give man of the match to, it has to be Van de Ven, other than Son and Maddison, because he was just so consistent the whole game. And I think we have to say something about Pedro Porro as well.
Yeah, he linked up really well with Kulusevski. Again, Kulusevski also did really well. We'll get to him later. But Pedro Porro, going back to Pedro Porro, he was playing very attacking today. After Maddison went off, he put in some good deliveries from corners. And he was playing very attacking, great defensively. And he really dealt with Jesus really well.
Yeah. And Pedro Porro, if we take ourselves back to when we first signed him, no one had confidence in him because he was way too attacking for our side. And then Conte left, and it was an even bigger problem because how would he fit into a back four if he's a right wing back? But he has slotted in so well to this position that Ange has gotten to him, and he has been playing it with the incredible confidence he has. And some of his crosses today were really good.
Yeah, at the beginning when Ange came in, I don't even know if he had confidence in Pedro Porro. Because in the first match against Brentford, he started Emerson Royale.
Yeah.
Then he must have seen something in training.
Yep.
And
the next match,
Pedro Porro into the starting lineup.
And we win 2-0.
Scored at Man United. Or wait, no, he didn't score, but he had
well.
a really good performance against Man United. I'm thinking about last season. But yeah, really good performance against Man United, and then pretty much solidified his spot in the starting 11.
Yeah.
No one expected him to do this in a back four.
No, I don't think anyone.
His defensive game has improved so much since Ange has come in.
On the other flank was Udogie, 20 years old, playing against Bukayo Saka, who is arguably one of England's best wingers right now. Of course, not counting international wingers, like people of the English, who play for the England national team. He's probably their best winger right now. And Udogie, Saka still got the penalty goal, but Udogie, I think, really worked to shut him down today. Like, it was an equal battle. It was not like Saka was dominating. Udogie put his fight up for every single run that Saka made, and it was awesome to see. Midfield, Bissouma, very shaky in the first half.
Bissouma,
really
shaky in the first half. I think in the second half, he definitely found his feet a little bit. He was just a little careless in the first half.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Normally he does look like he's doing stuff careless, but then he just glides along and it looks like he's doing.
But today it looked like he was careless, but he also kind of almost was making those mistakes.
Yeah.
Sorry. There was one chance for Jesus where Bissouma tried to drag the ball back, missed the ball with his foot, and then tripped, and Jesus literally missed an open goal. Like, I still don't understand how he missed it, but it didn't matter because he didn't score. But that was one big bluff from Bissouma. Second half, he changed the game completely. He played much better. Sar was, up and down the whole game.
Sar was up and down. I think his passing was a little shaky.
But the way he used his pace...
off the ball, with his pace, with his physicality, he used that very well. Yeah. Especially against Declan Rice, Fabio Vieira when it was on. And I forget whoever came on for Fabio Vieira.
Yeah.
But yeah, he dealt with those players really well.
Yeah. Looking at our front four, Maddison, as we said, incredible.
Incredible performance. Two great passes for Heung-min Son. 2 great assists.
Yeah, we're hoping that knee injury is not something serious because we need him back.
He was walking at the end. He was able to play a little bit, but I think we just brought him off just not to take any risks.
Yeah.
Because if we lose him, we don't even have Lo Celso. He's injured too.
Yep.
So that'd be bad.
It'd be bad, yeah. Son, as we said, unbelievable game today. Obviously a little disappointed that he was subbed off, but it was something Ange wanted to do. And we've got Liverpool next week. We didn't want him getting injured, so that's probably a good choice. Brennan Johnson made his full Spurs debut today, and I thought he looked really, really lively.
Yeah, he did. I wouldn't even call it a full Spurs debut because it was a little disappointing. He came off with that injury. Yeah. I don't think it's anything too big because he was walking at the end and stuff like that, but he might be out for a little bit, maybe a couple weeks.
Hopefully not,
at most, hopefully.
But he did look really good today.
Yeah, he looks great.
Yeah, and I
love his pace. He really reminds me of Dele Alli in his prime.
But one key thing that Brennan Johnson had today, Son, I believe. Kulusevski and Son combined on the right side, and Son cut the ball back to Brennan Johnson. He was like very off balance, Brennan Johnson, so he got whatever touch he could. And David Raya made the best save I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Like a ridiculous going across the goal, diving, one hand out save to a curling ball. It was a really, really top save from David Raya. But I think Johnson, if his footing is just a little more stable, he's scoring that.
I think it was also he had to kind of go back to retrieve that ball.
Yeah.
He had to go backwards,
yeah.
which got him off balance.
Yeah, which makes sense. And our last player, Dejan Kulusevski, put in a real shift today.
I think probably the most underrated performance, like Fontlob, One Football, all those places are rating him like a 6 point something. But he was very underrated today. He played well. Off the ball, he was great. And I think he also, you could say in the front foot, he wasn't necessarily wasteful, but he won corners. And when he has no support, he had good hold-up play. Really reminded me of like Carlos Vinicius or someone like that.
Yeah.
And even when no one was around to help him, even in those later stages when it was just him and Charleston really up there, he would somehow find a way to win a corner, win a throw-in, and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think Kulusevski's slowly starting to find his feet again. But a quote has just come out from Ange Postecoglou in his post-match conference, and he has said, basically talking about how it doesn't matter if we're happy or not with the result. We got a draw against probably one of the best top 3 teams in the Premier League. And this is coming from a team whose manager came in 7 games ago, who lost their star striker over the summer a day before we were set to play our first game. I think Ange has adapted this squad incredibly. And to get a draw at Arsenal, at the Emirates, where not Conte, Mourinho, or Nuno was able to manage, is absolutely ridiculous on our part. And I think Ange has done some incredible work here. Obviously, we saw in the side a little bit of inexperience, definitely. Udogie, Bissouma, Sarr, Romero at times. We saw a little bit of inexperience. But in all, I think we were incredible today. Considering the situation that Spurs are in, we were absolutely dominant today. And we have huge chances to go far this season.
Yeah, I think we do.
It's going to be an exciting season. I think we got a fantastic... I mean, let's look at the goals that we got scored against us. An unlucky deflection from Romero.
And a penalty.
And the penalty, even, it was a handball, but Romero's arm is up while he's sliding in to make a tackle. The ball's been kicked from about 2 feet away.
Less than 2 feet, honestly. It was, it was so close to him.
Even
if the trajectory, I get it. Like if it didn't hit his hand, it would have gone in.
Yeah.
Or if someone was behind him, if Vicario somehow.
How is he supposed to know that the ball's coming there from 2 feet away? Humans can't react that fast. Even Postecoglou's just said it seems like sometimes it hits your hand and it's a penalty, and other times it's not. Any clarity would be great. I have no idea what a handball is now, and I think that represents the what a lot of fans think about this whole handball situation. But yeah, it was a good performance. I'm happy with the result. I think it's good. We got a result for the first time at the Emirates, so you can't be disappointed with that, right? Yeah. And now we've got Liverpool coming up next.
That's a very important game. If we win against them, we'll go ahead of them.
Yeah.
They are currently, I believe, 2 points ahead of them after they won against West Ham today.
Yeah. But that's going to be a very, very tricky game, only because Liverpool are kind of like our bogey team.
They're in really good form right now.
Yeah, but not only that, they're our bogey team.
Yeah.
Like, we'll concede a 96-minute deflected winner where, I don't know, one time Toby Alderweireld, slid tackled it into his own net because Hugo Lloris couldn't hold the ball. Or one time Firmino got the winning header in the 97th minute. Well, they're our bogey team out and out. And so we have to make sure, I think we can get a result next week.
Yeah.
I think if we play the way we did today, barring those mistakes that we made, from the inexperienced players, we can get something out of it, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
But that's it for our instant reaction to Tottenham's 2-2 draw with Arsenal at the Emirates, as Tottenham managed a result at the Emirates for the first time since the Pochettino era. A 2-2 draw with goals from Son for Spurs, a double. The first player to ever score a brace for Tottenham in one game in the North London derby. So a big moment for Son, who also scored his 150th goal today. Mr. Tottenham, the captain, scored his 150th goal for Spurs today. So he's among the greats with this club. But Romero's own goal and Saka's penalty were the ones that brought Arsenal back and gave the scoreline a 2-2 finish. That is it for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure you smash the subscribe button, like the video, and comment down below your thoughts on this game, as well as your look to next week and Liverpool versus Tottenham. And until next time,
Come on, you Spurs!